Damn! American Horror Story Roanoke Chapter 4 spoiler review. They weren't joking around in this episode. So I haven't reviewed the second and third episode, but so far through the season, just to let you guys know, that I think it's been getting better. It's been getting more interesting, but I think this one episode has really grasped my attention. And what I'm saying is, like, the structure of the whole American Horror Story season has been a little bit like iffy, mixed, but I think I've gotten used to it, and now I think this so far, it's good. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's really starting to get better, and it's really good. I think I really do. I'm enjoying this season, which is great because American Horror Story, I actually do enjoy like every single season of American Horror Story. But now we're talking about Chapter 4. Spoilers, so if you haven't seen the episode, check it out. It is a really good, solid episode tonight. So I'm just going to really bounce around, talk about the overall what happened in this episode, and just really bounce around on what happened and the characters who know what I'm talking about. So basically in this episode we see that Matt and what's her name, I'm just gonna call her Sarah Paulson. Okay, I always forget like names out of nowhere, but Matt is and Cuba Gooding Jr. and Sarah Paulson and stuff, they are pretty much still trying to find oh my god, I just watched the damn episode. I can't remember her name. Lee's daughter. They're still trying to find Lee's daughter, Laura or something like that. I can't believe I forgot. I just watched the damn episode. I hate when names just like absolutely just boom. It is like 12 at night right now, so I am. Well, anyway, they're still trying to find Lee's daughter, and Lee, as we know, is arrested. So I really like how Angela Bassett's playing that character, but in this episode we get more of the backstory. We get how Kathy Bates and why she's still there with her whole crew. We get see Lady Gaga's witch more in this episode. We find out Elias is still alive in here, and it was great to see Elias still alive, but I was a little bummed out that I think they killed him off way too early. And then we see the psychic come back, who reminds me a lot of the Poltergeist woman, which is actually really, really great. I think it was intentional. But what I really don't like is that they kill off Elias, right? They kill off Elias, and the Poltergeist, the psychic guy, is coming in. And I think, okay, since they killed off Elias, we're going to have this guy for a while. It's not the case. And I'll get to that in a moment. But what I really did like was the overall. I thought the pig thing was a little bit not comical, but I was like, okay, what the fuck? Because we have this pig, man, bear, pig type of dude chasing after Cuba Gooding Jr. and Sarah Paulson throughout the house. We see Elias come out of nowhere and help out, saying Roanoke or something like shit. Let's call it Roanoke. And what I don't get is why didn't Elias show up sooner? You know, maybe him and the psychic guy could have helped each other out a lot sooner, but that wasn't the case. So basically, he tells about how there's a blood moon, and in that blood moon, after this certain day, previous owners, they'd pretty much be haunted by these people. But in this specific day, everybody is murdered on this specific day. The dead are able to kill. And what I really liked was the two nurses and the sisters, and oh my god, did they get their come-ups. I mean, the chick who gets her arms ripped apart, I would have liked actually something other than people ripping it, actual like kind of mules like ripping side to side. There's been a lot better execution with ripping of the arms. I'm just saying, like the people pulling, it's just a little bit far-fetched. I really love Kathy Bates in this season so far. I think Kathy Bates is a lot better this season than last season, The Hotel. I think her character is she has something to play with, and I think it really does her justice this season. I think that Lady Gaga is such an interesting witch. I think her whole backstory and how she came to be meeting with the butcher, I think that is really great. The reason she wants Matt is I think there's more to it. But honestly, like, I don't know how I feel about that. I think there's more to just her wanting, to bang Cuba Gooding Jr. See that Cuba Gooding Jr. and Lady Gaga love? So yeah, we see Lee's daughter. Elias tries to get her back from what's her name, Penny or whatever her name is, and he gets hit by so fucking arrows to the T, arrows all over him. So it kind of sucked that Elias died, and then Cuba Gooding Jr. going out the side with the gun when it started to become night, and started to hear stuff like, come on, dude, you just saw Elias die with a bunch of arrows. You want to be more cautious than that? So he's screwing Lady Gaga. Sarah Paulson comes and yells for Matt, and then he's like, oh my god, I gotta go, and I gotta go. Bitch, be gone. The crazy thing about this episode was because we see the psychic, we see him learn the backstory, we see him telling Sarah Paulson and Cuba Gooding Jr. like, this is what the witch told me. I can't believe I got out of there with my life. I kind of traded, I kind of just mentioned you, and she's like, oh, Matt. The psychic guy learns everything about how Kathy Bates the butcher killed her travelers, or even her own son, because they felt like Lady Gaga was evil and a witch, and she's like, bitch, all you guys, I feed you and I'm gonna kill you, and this one night we're staying in this, we're not leaving, this is our house. So she just kills them off. She pledges her kind of alliance to the witch. Kathy Bates dies just to, if they're not gonna follow her in life, they're gonna follow her in death. So their their blood is intact with where Matt and his wife is at. So the psychic learns all this, right? He learns all this. He sees Lee's daughter when he's going, I gotta go back to the hotel. I gotta get my book. I gotta get this. Like, he says, Uber's calling me. I gotta go. I'll be back tonight. Just hold tight. Even though Elias warned them to leave, get the fuck out of there. Like, the little girl, she's gone. All right, just leave. So the psychic gets in the car. He's going towards his hotel to pick up his stuff. He's really going to go do it. And all I'm thinking is like, dude, this motherfucker still asked for $25,000 just to rescue a girl. I get it. But still, you asked for $25,000 just to rescue a girl when you know you can. So he is driving off. The little girl comes passing by. He's like, oh my lord. Goes over there, and we don't know what happens to him. I'm assuming they got him, because we see the little girl. We see the butcher have the little girl, and then the little girl gets away, and then Cuba Gooding Jr. and Sarah Paulson are able to bring her into the house. But outside, when they look outside the window, the little girl's like, oh, that man. Fucking Sarah Paulson looks out the window in shock. Cuba Gooding Jr. looks out the window, and this is the highlight of the episode. We see the psychic, the little man, just beat up, being held, like, he's standing up, but they're holding him. Fucking the butcher slices some of his stomach open. They get a hook and they just rip out his they rip out everything. They rip out his intestines. He's screaming. That scream was kind of haunting. Like, that was a very powerful, good scene, because we know this character. We know how energetic. He's eccentric. He's an eccentric character. He asks for the one reason, I have a love and hate relationship towards this character. I'm like, I hate this guy because this guy was a piece of shit, and Cuba Gooding Jr., you asked him for $25,000. But then I like this guy because he's such a friend, kind of just eccentric character, and he's very likable. But seeing this guy getting ripped, just his intestines come out, it was very sad. I was like, ugh. But then I was like, $25,000, dude. So it was a very solid episode. I thought the acting overall is really good this season. I think Cuba Gooding Jr. is doing a good job, and I think Sarah Paulson's doing a good job. I think Lily Rebay is doing a good job, and all the other actors are doing a good job, or their counterparts. I think Kathy Bates is killing it. I really do think Kathy Bates' character this season is a lot better than all the previous seasons we've seen her do, especially Hotel. I think she's doing a lot better this season. I think she is kind of like the butcher. I don't even think Kathy Bates. I'm like, this chick is bad. Lady Gaga, I think I need to see more of her witch, but she's very intriguing, very interesting. And if you're going to give Lady Gaga to do something from a vampiress to a witch, makes total sense. I like that. So I think the deaths are starting to roll in. I think they're really great. I thought Elias's death was great with the arrows. Didn't see that coming. I thought the little man, the psychics guy's death was very heartbreaking, but yet satisfying. Sad to say. Overall, I think this season of American Horror Story so far, Roanoke, whatever it's called, is really, I think it's really doing a good job. It made me like kind of like, but once I saw a couple episodes and when we really get to know the story a little bit more, and then the flashback, this telling of Lady Gaga's story when she was going to a period piece. I mean, it looked beautiful. I thought her being taken and being accused as a witch, I thought those scenes looked very, very beautiful. I thought they were really great and done. Just cinematography was fantastic. So overall, I think this episode was solid. I think the ending was the best part, but there is a lot of great parts in this episode. I didn't feel bored. I felt the pacing was great. I felt the overall horror wasn't too gory, but it was just a nice amount of blood and kind of effects and gore effects. I thought it was for a horror aspect. I think they're bringing it back, and I think I like a lot of what they're trying to do, and a lot of callbacks to other horror films. So, thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. I will be reviewing more American Horror Story episodes on the way, and I will be doing a giveaway. I'm just looking for a badass giveaway to give you guys. So, I think next episode I will be announcing the giveaway of American Horror Story leading up to the finale. So, look for that. Like the video if you like it, and I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think so far? Is this already a good season, or are you still iffy about it, or you just dropped it entirely? Because I know a lot of people did not feel Hotel, but I'm feeling Roanoke so far. So thank you guys, and happy Halloween. It's not Halloween yet, but happy Halloween.